Welcome to the first of our 2025 season of live events. We are really excited to be here. I don't know about you, but I am super looking forward to summer. So, this feels like a great way to kick off our season. We have folks joining us from all over the world, actually, registered for the event. Feel free to use the chat. I see some of you have found the chat feature over on the side to let us know where you're tuning in from. A couple of reminders before we get started, and I introduce the star of our show. This session is going to be recorded. We get that question a lot, and we will send you an email following the event with a recording. Feel free to share it and enjoy it as after the event. As well, at the very end of the event, we'll be doing a little giveaway. So stick around to for the end if you'd like to join in that. So I feel like Randy Parrish needs very little introduction. He is literally gymnastics coaching legend and summer camp legend from the Gymnastics Academy of Charleston. Randy's joining us from South Carolina. The Tumbl Trak headquarters is in Michigan. Randy's in South Carolina. I love how the virtual world has allowed us to do things like this. He is not only has he competed in NCAA men's gymnastics at Illinois State, he's been a gym owner for more than 25 years. What number year are we at, Randy? Do you know?
37, actually. But
37.
my wife and Miss Valerie own this one, so I work for them, so I help.
Nice. A Tumbl Trak ambassador for as long as I can remember, and Flip Fest summer camp director for over 20 years. So summer camp is definitely your jam, I'd say.
Yes, has done that 2002 to 2022. Yes, amazing experience.
Yeah. And Randy's going to share all the details about what the Gymnastics Academy of Charleston does with summer camp. And hopefully you'll be able to take away some of his secrets and tricks and run a fantastic summer camp yourself. So Randy, let's get started.
All right, thank you, Carrie. I just want to say thank you to Tumbl Trak. Thank you for all those who are joining. Tumbl Trak's always been an innovator in education as well as equipment. So it's going to be my pleasure to do this. We're going to start with the overview of how to prepare for your summer camp. Okay, basically you're going to have to come up with your schedule. This is what we're going to cover throughout the whole presentation. Themes. We're going to a lot of detail. If you see over there, there is a drop box, and the drop box will hold everything that we talk about. If I do music, if I do a game, if I do whatever I do, it will be in the drop box. So if you don't get it right away, I provided that through the help of Tumbl Trak so that you can train your staff, especially new staff. It's real easy to get them on board with a lot of these things. And also you'll have my email at the end, and feel free to email me anytime with questions. If I can't get them answered today. But like you said, we have a schedule, we have themes. We'll be talking about class management, arts and crafts, games, and music. And summer camp, you have a lot of children coming in who just are not really familiar with gymnastics. So we have to kind of gear it right in the middle for a beginner up to those. We actually have kids on our team that do summer camp and use it as basically babysitting until their class starts. So there's all kinds there. All right. Well, first we need to determine your start date and ends. We usually start the week after Memorial, and we do about 10 weeks, and we offer 1 week. So you can only sign up for 1 week at a time, and then you do that online, and we do that through Jackrabbit. We go from 8 to 4. Parents can drop off anytime or pick up anytime between 8 and 4. They don't have to be here right at 8 or pick up right at 4. Preferably, they kind of come in staggered, and that's really nice. The price per week is $350. And to register for a week, for example, if someone wanted to sign up for all 10 weeks, they go online, they register, and there's a $50 deposit that we charge right away to hold their spot. And so what happens is if you went all 10 weeks, you're going to get charged $500. And then after that, you're going to get charged every Friday, the week before your camp week, the remaining $300. Now, what that includes is, of course, that pays for all of our staffs, arts and crafts, special events, and they also get a tie-dye t-shirt. They get one per summer. So we do have a day we tie-dye. It's usually tie-dye Tuesday with our Kona Ice Day, and we'll go over that. But that's another thing that we have. Okay, so that's non-refundable, and they get the tie-dye t-shirt. All right. Well, right now we're going to take a tour of the facility. My camera amazing person, Krista, is going to be on the move with me, and we're going to actually go outside and start there and do the whole facility so you see what we have to work with. Okay, here we go. So if you go outside, and to our right, we have an outdoor area. And the outdoor area, not cleaned up yet, because I'm waiting for all the oak leaves to drop, because every day I could blow it off. So we're going to blow all that off, clean it all up. And this is our outdoor area. So if we have outdoor activities, this used to just be trees, and we kind of took out as much as they would allow us. We're in an HOA, so we can only do certain things with our commercial business. And we put down AstroTurf. It's really nice. It's a little expensive, but for the long run, it's been fantastic, because the kids can be out here. We can do so many different things. We added a tether ball, if you can see it behind the tree there, and it's all open space. And then the hose is for our water day, and I'll go into that a little later. So we're going to go through the building. If you're walking in as a parent, your first time here, we'll have a sign that says welcome. Sign it at the front desk, and place all the book bags and lunches in the glass room there. Chris, I'm going to let you go first. And then we're going to go into the birthday party room. First, we're going to sign in, obviously. We forgot to do that. We'll have the sign-in sheet here. Our staff will be here, of course, ready to go. All right. They'll guide them into this room, which this is our birthday party room. Right now, it's our after-school room. And as you can see, we have designated spots for after-schoolers. We are very lucky here, because our county actually buses our kids directly from school, which is amazing. Most people have shuttles, so we are able to offer a pretty good price because we don't have any overhead. We're just fortunate that way. Of course, all the hooks to hang everything up, extra seating here. Now, summer camp, it gets really busy, because we'll have up to 30. And so every day that after school or summer camp happens, our staff put all the chairs away, they clean real good, and then they set them back up when they come in. Then over here, they'll have basic arts and crafts and games. And then over here, they have their rules right now for what they do. Mine are just slightly different, but that's what they have. They also do a sticker system for after school. All right, let's head on out here. We're going to do a span of this area. We're going to show you over here, span right over there. That's our team locker room. That gets all the team gets booted in the summer. They get booted over to the cubbies. And then we also use these chairs here and also this table. So for 30 campers, we pretty much take over this whole area here. And of course, in the back, we have offices, restrooms, and then the water fountain and water bottle filling station, which is important because they all bring their water bottles. All right, we're ready to head into the gym. We'll give you this tour. There is a small class going on right now, but right here we have our Tumbl Trak. This is the areas that we do a lot of the activities, because during the day we have team and we have classes. So it's really busy during the day. We have over 200 kids on different teams of boys, girls, acrobatics and tumbling, and power tumbling and trampoline. So, excuse me. And so they're in all these different areas. So the Tumbl Trak can be going down and return station. We have a cool rec beam area where they can do obstacles and when they do instructional gymnastics, they can use that area. This is here. When I go to safety, I'm kind of going to show you some things that we do to make the whole thing safer for those who do not know how to do gymnastics. All right, over here, this is our big red floor. Now, this is generally rec normally, but during summer camp, we always have a obstacle course. Today, this is what they set up here, and it goes around there. We have double minis. We have our vaults, of course, beams, competition stuff's in the back so that our little kids don't get run over. It's just worked out very well. And then we have an air floor from Tumbl Trak. We got a 30-footer with the 8-inch mat at the end. All the floor music and everything is done right here. So that kind of gives you an idea of everything. We'll set up ninja courses. We'll do all kinds of things. So we'll kind of go around and show you those different things. I'm going to give Chris his arm a rest, and we're going to come over here. And we'll talk about our daily schedule. All right. Well, the daily schedule, each day has a gymnastics theme. For example, you see the Monday one there. It's a handstand day. Now, what that means is that's incorporated in the whole day. So if they're doing instructional gymnastics, it's not just all handstands. They're doing all the different apparatus, but they're usually developing a handstand at every event. So if they're climbing a wall, if they're learning to lunge, if they're learning to kick one leg up off a block. So all of your handstand progressions, they're put in all of the different instructions. So they're while they're waiting, they're doing some kind of handstand work. So that day has got a theme, and the kids that already have handstands, they love doing handstand contests. They like to be timed. We actually have this game. We put out some cheeses. We put out a big cheese, little cheese. We'll put out a pit pillow. We'll put out a donut. And so if you time them and they get like 2 seconds, well, the first one is the big cheese. So they get to go to the big cheese. And then the next one, oh, didn't quite get as high. They're the little cheese. Then they can go to the cheese stick. They can go to cheese soup. They can go to the cheese what? I mean, I make up so many things. They don't know if it's first, second, third, fourth, or fifth. They just know they're trying to get to the big cheese. That's all they need to do. So that's what things we can do with handstands. All right. Then we'll have warm up and stretch going on after we do that. Now, like I said, Mondays is handstand day. We have warm up and stretch. And those things can be running, an aerobic type activity. It can be actually the stretching. First thing, we always try to get their body warm the first 4 minutes. And of course, people stagger in. So we try to, for those who just come in late, maybe and didn't start with the first activity, we have them doing jumping jacks or jumping on the Tumbl Trak, just jumps, basic jumps to get their bodies warm. All right. Then we'll have, after we have their open gym time, we'll have a snack break. So they do have to bring their own snack that they bring. Someone bring 2 snacks just in case they can't get through the day, but they keep that all in their book bags in the birthday party room. All right. Then there's the arts and crafts, and we're going to go through that very specifically later. We have it set up for the whole summer already. You'll see a video on that. And 45 minutes will be done in arts and crafts, and the other 45 minutes doing instructional gymnastics. So open gym is different than the instructional gymnastics. Then they have lunch break, and then they have their outdoor time. That's the first thing we showed you. And then we do have special events. We're going to go through those in a minute. But also the outdoor play. We're in Charleston, South Carolina. It can get really hot and humid this summer. So sometimes the outdoor play is done early morning and switch. So you just have to go with what you have. We also do spray extensively for mosquitoes here because it's kind of like the state bird. They're everywhere. And so we have to do that. All right. Okay. Next slide. We're going to go on. And here's what we do. On Fridays, we send the email, and you can see on there, we send the address of the camp. We send the time, everything's going to happen, when you can drop off, pick up, the sign in, sign out process, reminder to bring lunch and snacks, special event that day, handstand day, or if it's a Kona ice day, I'm going to go over that because they actually have to bring money. Usually it's $5 to do a Kona ice, and I'll go into that here in a minute. And then we also post signs. So like on Monday, they're leaving. Don't forget tomorrow's Kona ice day. So you can't really give them too much information. Emails, of course, spam gobbles them up. They say they don't get them. And then you go in and they've gotten all of them, but you know, what can you do? And then the signs on the door really help reinforce that. We thought about stapling a sign to the child's head, but that was vetoed by my wife. So we can't do that. Okay. All right. Let's go on to that next slide. Now, these are the daily themes. This is kind of fun because it gives our staff and the kids something to look forward to. Mondays, handstand day, like I talked about. Tuesday, Kona cartwheel day. So we do cartwheels, but then a Kona ice truck actually pulls up. They take out their $5. Now, you got to have to manage it because if you have 30 kids, you can't send 30 kids out to the truck. So we send them out in 3 or 4 at a time. They go out, they pay their money, they just hand them the $5. And then once they get the ice, they go over and they actually put what they want in it. It's really cool how this truck does this. It does it everywhere for birthday parties and stuff. If you don't have a cone of ice, we've done ice cream trucks. We've done different things over the years to kind of, something fun that day. Now, Wednesdays is always Ninja Day. That's when we set up a Ninja type obstacle course, which is could be familiar with this. You'll see the Ninja ladders that I got from Tumbl Trak. Those will be in a video later, and it's really cool how they can do all the different things with a freestanding Ninja. This gym does not have a Ninja obstacle course. The other gym, I was gonna say my gym, it's not my gym. The other gym that my wife owns in Miss Valerie, it's called West Ashley Gymnastics. I spent a lot of time there as well, and it has a full Ninja course. So over there, they do get Ninja Day is really legit Ninja obstacle course and Ninja rig. Ninja Day, great. You can time them. You can have little competitions. It's kind of fun. Each week, if they come every week, every several weeks, they could try to beat their record if you keep track of it. So Ninja Day is a lot of fun. They look forward to that. Thursday, bike rodeo. All right, we're going to show that video and talk about that a little more in just a second. But bike rodeo, they have to bring their bike, and we actually cone off a little bit of the parking lot. They have to drop off their bike and their helmet, and they drop it off. Now, in case of rain, if we anticipate rain on Thursday, sometimes Thursday and Wednesday gets switched. So we always have to watch that weekly. So it's all about planning for summer camp. It's all about anticipating all the different things that's going on. So Thursday, bike rodeo, and we're going to show you a picture, but the bike rodeo is actually done in our back parking lot. We cone it off. We put chalk on the ground. We have different obstacles. They go under. There, we got the little, you can go on Flagstaff, or I think it's Flag House. Sorry, not Flagstaff. That's in Arizona. Flag House. And then that you can get the little yield signs and stop signs and railroad crossings. And we put all that in there and actually teach them about the rules of the road. So it's kind of cool. And they love it. And they can bring a scooter. Some of them even rollerblade, roller skate. I mean, we've had everything. Just whatever the kid really likes to do. And then Friday is water day. Now, water day can be done a lot of different ways. Water day, you could be in the back side over there. That's where the water is, obviously. We showed you earlier. You could have a sprinkler just going, run through the sprinkler. Others are playing games. They have the big Connect Four. They have all the different things you can play, checkers and different things. They entertain themselves, actually. They have a lot of fun, especially trying to climb over the fence. No, just kidding. We just have to watch that. And they like to throw all the nuts from the trees around. And, so there's always something to do. But also besides that, you can invest in a water slide. But one thing you want to make sure is you get that insured, because that would be just like insuring your gymnastics equipment for that. Okay. Now, bike rodeo. This is what our parking lot looks like at the end. So what we're going to do is you can see the schedule's a little different on Thursdays with the bike rodeo in there. And these are always posted inside the birthday party room, inside, outside. So parents can see it, kids can see it. Every day they know what's coming up. We're going to play the video for the bike rodeo just to give you an idea of what they're doing. Pool noodles that are put on like a half a hula hoop on just two white bowls. And so that's basically bike rodeo. They all start at the top and then they work their way down and then they recycle in. And most of them will do it 4 or 5 times. We do that first thing in the morning because of the weather. It usually gets hot later in the afternoon. So we do that one right away. And then they have to put their bikes away. And that's nice. Okay. So we talked about all that. Now it's time for warm-up ideas. Okay. Great resource. This is actually a PE teacher, but he is very good. He's incorporated music. He's incorporated so many things where kids can empower themselves. His class basically runs itself with leaders, and he develops great sportsmanship. So he has a lot of stuff. A lot of it's free. You can, of course, sign up for the year. A little expensive, but I did it because I do a lot of speaking. I do a lot of different events. So, all right. Now, warm-ups. Here's some example of some warm-ups. First of all, if I want to do some stretching warm-ups, my kids, I like to fake them out. Okay. So we'll do run in place. So run, freeze, strike a pose. Okay. So you're trying to get different jumping jacks, freeze, strike a pose. Now you can also do levels. All right. So you go strike a pose, it's got to be a high level. medium, low. Okay, so it's really impressive what they come up with. All right, then they start getting into dual poses. They help each other and start making figurines and like they're ice skaters. It's just crazy what the kids will come up with. So that's a easy, fast one. Okay, let's say I have them sing on this white line. Okay, touch something red. Boom, they all run out, touch something red. Touch something purple, yellow. I mean, there's mats everywhere, so they can just find it. Okay, I use mauve and taupe. That they never find that because they don't even know what color that is. But one I use is I say Naugahyde, and they have to touch and find one of the beams. And a lot of them from the years past know that one, but I just try to come up with so many different ideas that are easy to do. All right, you can do games, you can do music. I'm going to show you a ton of the music that we do. Warm up, of course, you can do all your stretching. Now, if I stretch, I actually will have them on the ground. Let's say you're in a straddle, and I'll go, play the drums, arms up. Play the drums, arms up. And then I'll go like this, and they start playing drums. I go, whoa, who said play the drums? So I'm always trying to fake them out. When I do some more games later, I use a lot of those for the warm-ups. I want them to focus on me, and I move all the time. Let's say this class is not ready. You've done a warm-up, and they're still fired up, and they're not listening to any instructions, to get in line or to the safety rules you're going to give them. Then I just keep running them. I have them run, and then I'll say, run, run, run. We go around the floor. You can go anywhere. You got to just watch out. I want them to get some spatial awareness. And then what happens is they come over and I go freeze. And I always freeze like this. This is the universal athletic position. You can play baseball, football, tennis. Okay. Any sport they're ever going to do in their lifetime is done in this position. Pickleball, big right now, especially for my age. Okay. So warm-ups can be done all different kind of ways. Now, one of them that they love, okay, I'll get out of the way a little bit, but I put these hoops out here. There's a gold hoop at that end, and there's hoops all the way down to the other end where it's yellow. Now, two lines. We'll have a group there and a group here. What happens is they have to hop. So the first person hops, the other team hops. Of course, they're going to stop in the middle somewhere, right? As soon as they stop. Now, I tell them they have to stop, and there has to be a hoop between them. Because if they both jump in the same hoop, what happens? They hit their head. So then when they get there, it's rock, paper, scissors, shoot. The one that wins keeps hopping, and then the person in the gold hoop from the next team starts hopping to catch them. And I got the video of this in the Dropbox. It's so cool. They have so much fun. And then sometimes they'll make it all the way down. It's like Chutes and Ladders, and they get tossed out. And then the other one keeps going. So it's a great warm-up. It's a lot of fun. So warm-ups are great for games. All right. Let's move on from warm-ups. Okay. Class management. Okay. First of all, to manage the whole summer, we don't have any technology. Okay. Some parents do want them to have their phone, but they can't have it out or be on it during camp time. It's only would be for emergencies. So no technology, like no tablets and bring their whole computer and gaming. We don't do any of that. All right. Then we set up our 4 basic safety rules. These are mine that I use everywhere I go. Rule number 1, hands and feet to yourself. Universal basic rule. Number 2, one at a time on the equipment. That one, because they all want to jump on the Tumbl Trak at the same time. They all want to be on the same mat that's rolling over all the time. So I try to get that right away. And then the third one, you can only get on the equipment that I give you permission for. That's very important. Obviously, that's safety. Everybody knows. And then the last one is have fun. All right. And I'm going to tell you, if you have some extreme cases, I'm going to give you a few examples of the class management hacks a little later in the presentation. All right. Make sure you do lesson planning in advance. So that would be when you see that we've got all of our crafts ready. We have all of our schedule ready, everything that we're going to do. Every staff, we have some staff that will do all day. Some will do a half a day. Some will do the second half of the day and then teach classes. So it's just, how the schedule is, and there's vacations and stuff. So scheduling, that's a lot of planning. All right. That's more than lesson planning. That's just getting the numbers to work for your kids. And we do a 1 to 10. If I didn't mention that earlier, we do 10 to 1 instructor. That works out pretty good. So we can have 3 instructors The only time that we wouldn't have 3 is if one needed to go to lunch and come back, the other 2 stay for lunch because they can monitor lunch easily. It just whenever we're out in the gym or we have to be outside the gym, we have to have numerous people because, of course, you have 2 people outside. Someone has to use the facilities. You got to bring them in. Okay. Now, the bathrooms is another lesson planning. Okay. We only let 1 boy at a time go in our bathroom. Now, out of the 30, there'll be 5 to 8 boys that sign up. The rest of girls, we'll let 2 girls go in, but we won't let 2 boys ever go into the bathroom together. Okay, because they'll never come out and they'll have an obstacle course built. And it's just, it wastes a lot of time. They miss lunch. All right. And we talked about the assigned seating earlier and then getting kids' attention. We're going to talk about that bag of tricks, how to monitor that here in a minute. All right. Let's move on. Okay. So class management. This one, what I love about managing class is that I really make them be responsible and I make them listen. All right. So do we have the next slide with, is it the chance? Is that the one next? Carrie? Yes, this is the one I'm going to talk about. If you can't see me, we'll go back, but this one's pretty easy to do without seeing me. The first one is chance. And then when I worked at camp 20 years, I had 250 kids. I had to warm up every day, twice a day, and I had to get their attention. And anytime I needed to get their attention, we would say, flip this, and then they would respond, what? So then everybody would go silent. And they knew there was going to be some announcements or something very important. So if you have a chant for your gym, if you're the Spastic Dolphins, what, whatever, I don't care what you come up with, come up with something cool. Another one is a clapping sequence. If you need to get all the children's attention, I'll go like this. I'll go start clapping and then they clap that same sequence. Then I'll clap another one and then they do it. And then I go 1 clap and I put my finger up and go shh, and then they all go quiet. Okay. Another one, change your voice levels. So if I'm speaking pretty loud, I speak fast and loud. But if all of a sudden I go really low, then they kind of come in and they go, oh, what's wrong with Randy? Did he just get sick all of a sudden? So make sure that you change levels of how you're standing. Make sure you see them. You can change levels and your voice. Follow the leader. I'll just have them say, okay, follow me. And I will just do this huge run around, figure 8, circles, under things. And that's especially when they're not listening. And I want to wear them out just a little more. Run them until they're ready to listen. Okay. And that's the last one. Keep them moving until they are tired. All right. Okay. Let's move on to the next one, Miss Carrie. Let's see what we got. Oh, the arts and crafts. All right. Now, every day has a theme. All right. We're going to move on here to this. Okay. Week 1 is going to be movies. And what's going to happen is each day they have the 45 minutes, like I described earlier. They'll have 5 different crafts that week based on movies. So we'll be able to show you after a couple slides how that is organized and how we do that. And so week 1, we do movies. Week 2, witches and wizards. Week 3, ocean beach, which we are on the ocean. Bugs, 4th of July, camping. We have food, monsters, Wild West, and circus. So all the crafts are based on that. Really, it's not the theme of the day, but it's the craft theme of the day, if that makes sense. And so they're all pre-packaged, ready to go. Now, the difference is this gym loves to use paint. The other gym loves pencils and crayons. And so it kind of depends on your staff, what they're comfortable with. It's nice if they're going to work for you for that week, that they see what's going to come up. Instead of trying to organize a craft like in just 5 minutes, please spend some time with them, train them on what crafts are coming up. A lot of our staff are pretty regular. They come every summer. So they are very familiar with a lot of our crafts that we do. But they do have a theme, and there's 5 different ones. And like I said, craft time and instructional time switch. It's about 45 minutes for there. All right. Carrie, can we go ahead and play the craft video showing how we did the, right here, we actually, that was a picture of it. Here's the summer. It's all done already. Can you start from the beginning? There we go. Hi, everyone. This is our camp director. She has organized all of this already for the summer camp. And this is the arts and crafts. And she's got supplies and some I think on the two ends there's like extra bulky supplies. Okay, for example, this here, week 1, first day, that's your craft. Week 1, second day. So they're all in order. All the way, that's week 1 through 4. This is week 5 through about 7, and then week 8 through 10. And she's already organized everything that needs to be done every week. It's all in there. And then she has a list of supplies. All right, so that's what our camp director literally just did, finish his last 2 weeks. And so there's all the papers right there, as you see on the screen, that show how to do this craft. So she makes it so it's a no-brainer, but I still recommend having the staff look at it that week, at least the day before, to see and to find the supplies. They have them all in the room in there. As you saw, we had those shelves in that birthday party room. The craft that week is everything they need is already in there. So they don't have to be running around the gym searching, asking the owners or team coach or someone else who's super busy coaching and running our business, keeping it successful. We want them to be as responsible as our team coaches, our rec coaches, our, everyone who does all the things to keep the business running. My wife's the one who manages all the business, and then Miss Valerie does all the team. And then we have rec directors, preschool directors, of course. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Games. Now, I'm going to play a little music. We're going to just stroll the cart down here just so we can hear the music for this first one. The first one, is the floor is lava. So, real easy concept. You just yell out, the floor is lava. But there is actually a song for that. And this is in the Dropbox. And in the Dropbox, I also have the song for this. And I cut this myself. So I'm just going to do a little bit of it to show you how we just turn on play and they do it. Of course, the setup for this, you're going to have mats. It's better if you do not have octagons and all that thing. It's better to have flat. You can have wedges, you can have resis. Any flat mats are better. I wouldn't have this tunnel right here because the tunnel, they'll jump on top of it and it'll collapse. So just safety alone, just be aware of, panel mats are great, but of course they have to move in the middle and then they have to find something when the floor is lava. One side note on safety for all your games, as you can see, we have these big octagons. If an octagon is not put in with something else, so like the smart spotter there, they tend to just want to jump on them and fly over them, and it's very dangerous. So your new staff, one thing I do say is the octagons should either be put away, they should be stood up right. Because if there's a big octagon in the middle of the floor, I guarantee you a boy's going to do a Superman dive, go over and do the neck cruncher and wonder why gravity doesn't like him. Okay. So they learn quickly. It is natural consequence, but I think it's our our responsibility to protect them from themselves. All right. Okay. So I'm going to play a song. I'm testing volume, so if it's too loud, I apologize.
Let's play the floor is lava game.
Let's
when
go
I
ahead.
say the floor is lava, get off the floor. And when I say dance, shake that. Situation normal. Everybody, ready to wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just a little bit. What does the fox say? All the nachos you can eat. All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion, tomato, and the guacamole.
All right, that's good though. Okay, I'm recovering now. But you see, I did all kinds of things. You can make any cuts of music with that. It's so fun. Of course, in there is the Cupid Shuffle, a little bit of the cha-cha slide. It's just a lot of fun. There's some tiptoes. There's some crawling, snakes. It's just, especially if it's something that you have that theme that week with bugs, spiders, crabs. Crabs aren't bugs, but pretend. All right. Of course, the next one's rock, paper, scissors. We already described that one. Start at 2 ends, hop, rock, paper, scissors. Shipwreck. It's one of my most favorite games. I'm going to videotape a class doing it this week. So by next week, it'll be in the Dropbox. And also the form that shows you what all the terms mean. Some people call it ships and sailors. Some people call it sharks and minnows. There's so many different names. All right. So shipwreck. What? If we can just go right over here, I'm going to show Miss Krista this side over here. Right here is this white line. This is closest to the front of the building, so I call this the bow. It's the front of the ship. The white line on the other side is the back of the building, or the back of the ship. I call it the stern. Pirates are boarding is the middle. So if you have Velcro strips, it's really cool. Then you know exactly to go to the middle one, but I just tell them where to go. Then there's all kinds of other different commands. Okay, here's my favorite thing to make them think about me and to think about all my instructions the rest of the day. I can fake them out so good. So what we do is we say, okay, this is bow, this is stern, this is pirates are boarding. And then I'll stand there and say, whatever you do, don't be the last one to get there, because if you're the last one there, you got to go to the shark tank. Now, the shark tank, they just have to come over here, or they can step out the floor, 10 jumping jacks, come right back into the game. I never do elimination, okay? Now, I used to think it would be cool that if you walk the plank, get off the ship, that you had to walk off the beam into the pit, but they never came back. Okay, don't make it too fun, okay? Because you want them to come back in your fun game. So I'll stand here and I'll go stern, and they'll take off running, and then they did it wrong because this is the bow. And so then they do the 10 jump. Then they start looking at me going, whoa, he's serious. Then I'll go stern, bow, and I always go, let's say this way is the stern. So I'll go bow, and I'll point towards the stern. And I fake them out a lot. Now, some of them got my number down, so now they're getting harder to trick. So then hit the deck, you lay down. Shark, you lay down, putting a shark fin above your head. Really scary shark is you bend one leg and make a jaws shark, okay? Lay on your back, kick your arms and legs, cockroach. Okay, captain's coming. Now, this is the only part, just like Simon says, cannot pass go, cannot collect $200, can't move until I say the magic word, at ease. All right, so that one is the easiest one to get them, because you're having them run, hit the deck. Captain's coming, hit the deck. And then I literally go like this. You have to do the motions. If you're just standing there like you're the babysitter or hands on your hips, you know the body language thing. If you're not having any fun, they're not having any fun. They see it. So I'm kind of all in. As you can see my lava, I was pretty all in on that lava, man. I kind of fell and came back. I mean, I saved myself, and I didn't want to get caught. I was hoping the teacher wasn't. Look, you know, that's just the way I am. So there, you got all these hacks where you can fake them out. Now, Simon Says, I have 2 ways to get them out. If you've already done a long game of Simon Says and you're done with it and you're bored with it, then here's the 2 hacks for that, okay? First of all, Simon Says, run in place as fast as you can. Stop. I guarantee 59% of them are out. I guarantee it, maybe even 75%. Now, if you want 100% getting them out in Simon Says, you go, Simon Says, jump up, come down. So when you said come down, you didn't say, Simon didn't say you could come down. So everybody's out. And they will argue until the cows come home. No fair. And I always say, well, gravity's not fair. Check this out. Okay, this happens. All right. And I joke with them all the time. And they kind of get it that they do know when I'm serious, because I don't have the jolly old Saint Nick type of presentation. All right. When I'm coaching and doing special events. So that's the shipwreck, Simon Says hacks, and those will be in my Dropbox. Okay. All right, what's next? Open gym supervise. Okay, so if you look over here, if you could see it, let's go down here a little bit because, well, there's a class in here, so they already took my cones off the trampoline. They're taking my, look at that. They're taking my cones off my trampoline. But if we are in a camp situation, we put cones on everything. And then over here, I have the strap bar and we put a mat over it. We don't want them to be on high bars or high beams. And a high beam is anything they can straddle. So if you put a big resi under a high beam, that's fine, as long as they can't straddle it. And we put, because we have trampolines, in-ground trampolines, Tumbl Traks. We have the double mini trampoline, everything else. We put them on the vaults. We don't want them jumping off the high vaults into the pit. If we do have pit time, we also do stations where they can jump in, but we don't have them go from real high levels. All right. And then we already talked about this. This is our open gym, hands and feet to yourself, must have permission to use equipment. Staff must supervise activity, have fun. Okay, let's say I have someone who breaks that rule, all right, and breaks it over and over and over, and they're just that child. Two things I do. I'll go get a green cone, yellow cone, red cone. I'll put those safety rules on the green cone, yellow cone, red cone. Let's say we're doing a game and they're over there pushing someone and stuff. Instead of me calling them out, I'll just walk right up next to them and say, go to the green cone. They go to the green cone. They know this. It says, please read the safety rules. Of course, they got to be old enough. If not, you can use pictures. But after they read it, they can come right back in. Strike one. Okay. Then they get caught doing something again. I don't make a big deal of it. I just guide them to the yellow cone. They read the yellow cone. They have to sit, read the safety rules, and tell me who's doing the safety rules correctly. And we'll have a little chat that takes about 2, 3, 4, no more than 5 minutes. Okay. And so that's yellow cone. Red cone, 3 strikes, you're out. So you lose your activity. Not the whole day. You don't get sent home. It's not that harsh, but it is that you lose the rest of parachute time, Simon Says time, open gym time, because a lot of it can happen during the open supervised gym time. And if you're an instructor, everything should be done in your line of sight. So if I'm standing right here, everything I can see about right here, that's where I need to be. So if the class is over here, there should be one here, one over there, so they can see all aspects. If there's only 2 people, one on each side. I really encourage staff not to stand next to each other because you will want to talk and you kind of get distracted. So you're there to work, you're there to keep these children very safe. So please spread out. All right. Of course, that's the staff supervising all the equipment. All right. All right, Miss Carey. Okay, like I just said, we close all trampolines. I don't have, unless it's part of our instruction. And then if we do instruction on trampolines, it's to teach them how to freeze, kill the bounce. Okay. It's all safety things, safety items for trampoline. Never jump onto the trampoline, never jump off. Trampoline here is close to in ground. The one at the other is regulation. It's up in the air, and we have stairs for them to go up and down, one side, down the other. And we spend a lot of time with the freeze. You cannot jump outside the box. Okay, the box in the middle. Please walk. All right, that's very important. Trampolines are just, it's not worth using them unless you're actually going to spend a lot of time training safety. Hide the chalk buckets if they're close to where you're at. Okay, seriously, I've had kids come up and they're all white. They've done makeup in the chalk box. Okay, they've done petties and manis, and I don't know what they do with it, but keep it far enough in the team area, cover it up, hide it behind mats. But your new people will find it out right away when they're vacuuming up the chalk. Okay. All right. Obstacle courses. Well, right now, hey, Miss, can we have you stretch out over there just real quick, just to show a few of these obstacle courses? Oh, no, go to blue. Blue's great. Thank you. I just want to make sure we don't have anyone that's doesn't want their child seen internationally known on the microphone. Okay, as you see over here, we do different. We have the ninja wedges from Tumbl Trak. We have Tumbl Trak octagons. We have their wedges. We have all different companies' material, but we make it so that it goes around. Now, here's the important part about an obstacle course. I'll come in sometimes and I'll see a wedge, and then at the end of the wedge, I'll see a low beam. Please help the new people not put a beam at the end of the wedge. They're going to roll and run into it, right? If there is a beam in the obstacle course, don't make it a long beam, because all 10 kids are going to be on that beam and no one's going to be on the rest of the obstacle course. Or you can do circuits. They can do so much time on each area, which I do recommend because they get more activity. All right. Same over here. We have the Tumbl Trak, and then we go back. Another safety rule for this area over here, you'll see we have the rings, the 4-in-1 system, where they have the high bar or P bars, single bar, and the rings. Well, we've had kids go in and put the rings all the way up to here and get stuck. So we generally will take those little rings and hook them up, and we don't let them use those rings. And then we put a cone at the stairs of those rings. We don't let them use regulation rings, so they're way too high. And of course, they skin the cat and then drop down. You let the dogs out right on all fours. Okay. So with obstacle courses, it's just think safety. Think of something that's going to stay up for a while. All right. Open gym. Here's a fine example of obstacle course. I mean, that's pretty massive. That would be a fun day if you had that much room. So what you're trying to accomplish in obstacle courses is that much fun that's on the screen right now in a small area. All right. Okay, Miss Carrie, what we got next? Oh. All right, that was from Ninja Day. So that was a video. He's now actually, he's at regionals competing tomorrow. He's level 8 now. So that's an old video. But those ladders we got from Tumbl Trak. We use them all the time. I just didn't want to set them up on all the P bars because there's boys practice after this. We have an afternoon homeschool group. So, but I wanted to use that video to show you the ladders stay over there and they just pop them out. A lot of times we have so many ninja classes on Saturdays, and that's when we pull them out for a big, massive Saturday course. All right. Now, I'm going to kind of take you through a few of the songs that are in the Dropbox. I'm going to just kind of do a little bit of each one. And then I'm going to talk about them a little bit because we're going to get close here. And then the last thing I'll do is my warm-up mix. And then I'll try to take Q&A here real quick as well. So we're going to move over here to the speaker. The first one on there is called Ice Cream and Cake. Just moving that so I don't trip. I do get Medicare in 2 months.
Ice cream and cake and cake. 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 Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Now slip, 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 slide. Slip, slip, slip and slide. Slip, slip, slip and slide. Stop. Hold up, tag team. Ride with your boy, now slip and slide. Ride with your boy, now slip and slide. Ride with your boy, now slip and slide. Pause. Step up, ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Now who that is with the ice cream and cake? Party ain't loud without the ice cream and cake. What you want? Some ice cream and cake. All the kids like ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake do the ice cream and cake.
Now my staff was doing it over there while I was doing it. I don't know why they didn't join me. They should have came over. Okay, next is peanut butter jelly time. All right. I'm just going to do a little bit of it because you can kind of see it does repeat themselves. They're only like 1.5 minutes to 1 minute and 45 seconds long.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Way yeah, way yeah, way yeah, way yeah. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Now way yeah, way yeah, way yeah, way yeah. There you go.
Now you got to realize I've been doing these songs for 26 years. So a new staff will need to watch the videos and you can come up with your own moves. Okay. There's the Midwest peanut butter and jelly. There's the East Coast, West Coast. I've seen every version of peanut butter and jelly everywhere I go. It's so fun. Now, I'm just going to talk about the next couple songs, and then I'll finish with the warm-up mix. And then if I don't need oxygen and ibuprofen, I will take questions and answers. Okay, the next one, Itsy Bitsy Spider. Now, this could be like on the bug day. And we use hoops, and I'm just going to show you, pretend like I have a hoop in my hand, and then just follow from there. We usually do this in October for our warm-ups for our preschoolers. Oh, here, I'll get one. Yeah. What do you mean pretend? I have one.
There's a little spot. Listen to the people with the song.
Part together. Jumping jacks. Hop on one foot. Hop on the other foot. Ready. Then we get in and run. Then it repeats itself. Now, the run could be run, gallop, skip, hop, tuck jumps in the hoop, straddle jumps. So if you have a skill that day you're working on, put it in with the music. Jump song.
Yo, 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 come on, let's go. Put your right leg to the side. Now jump. Put your left leg to the side. Now jump. Put your arms do a real tight. Now jump. Put your arms up real high. Now jump. Put your right leg to the side. Now jump. Put your left leg to the side. Now jump. Put your arms do a real tight. Now jump. Put your arms up real high. Come on, now just roll to the front, roll to the front, roll to the front, roll to the front. Now roll to the back, roll to the back, roll to the back, roll to the back. Put your right hand out, your left hand out. Flip the right hand. Now let's begin with the pancake. Do the pancake, do the pancake, do the pancake. Now do the rollerblade, do the rollerblade, do the rollerblade, do the roll.
I don't know if we lost it or not. Did we lose you, Carrie? Are we still good? Technical difficulties. We did pretty good. There we go. We're coming back. Do we have some difficulties?
Okay.
Are we back?
Yeah, it looks like we lost your screen for a sec.
Okay.
You jumped yourself right out of the presentation.
I know. What's up with that?
Let's see. I'm not sure what that might be, but you can do some troubleshooting. Maybe Krista, even if you jump back out and jump back in.
Okay, that's what we're doing right now.
See if we can try that. And I think, Randy, we can still hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, well, let me keep going. I'm sorry. I needed the rest anyway. That was good. All right. And also, besides that, we do have the warm-up mixes. And then for those, I'll put all that in the Dropbox. The jump songs in the Dropbox. Everything I've covered today, plus a lot more. There's a Water Buffalo song. And all of them have videos. There's a Baby Shark warm-up, has videos. There's a Lion King warm-up. There's so many. And then if you do need a lot for preschool and stuff, I have a ton of preschool music. I'd be happy to throw in there just for fun. Okay. All right. So you can't see me yet because I wanted to do my last thing. This is my big grand finale, Carrie. Krista cut me off. No, it's okay, Krista. All right, here we go. I do want, well, why don't I just go ahead and take question and answers, Miss Carrie, and see if we can
Yeah,
come up with
sounds
our
good.
reboot.
Well, one of the questions I saw earlier when you were talking about the rings and kids getting stuck in them
Mhm.
was a viewer who wanted to see the rings. Maybe what you can do is take a photo of them and we'll email that photo out since we don't have video.
Yes,
So
I would be happy to do that. It's the small rings that you see on a AI and Spieth both have that 4-in-1 system. You know, the little rings that are on there. So that is what I was talking about, and they're not the full size rings; they're just a little smaller. So that's
Yeah.
why I talked about that. And then a lot of times they hang on them, they swing, turn around. I'm just anything with a rope that's hanging.
Oh, look at your back.
Oh my gosh! So that means I get to do one more. This is my grand
That's
finale.
right.
No, I'm not on the floor bouncing this. So that wasn't me, right, Krista?
Nope.
All right, good. All right, now for those, this is going to finish up with this. I'll take some more question and answers if I can step up on the floor correctly. This is what I do probably every weekend. Some weekends I've done this 40 times. Sometimes I do it 24 times. I've done it. I did it this year at the LSU Georgetown gymnastics meet. I did a quad meet in St. Louis with Illinois, Alabama, Mizzou, and Iowa. So, and all these college kids, it's so funny because all of them grew up with me. So they all know this. But this is the warm-up dance that I would do during either the transition or we would do this dance waiting for awards because I announce a lot of awards. Okay. So here's the grand finale, and then I'll take more questions and answers if I can breathe.
I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor cause that's my plans, 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 plans. I'm wearing all my favorite brands, 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 brands. Give me some space for both my hands, 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 hands. Cream and cake and cake. Ice cream and cake, do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake, do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake, do the ice cream and cake. Ice cream and cake, do the ice cream and cake. Now slip, 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 slide. Slip, 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 and slide. Slip, 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 and slide. Stop. Hold up, tag team. Ride with your boy, now slip and slide. Ride with your boy, now slip and slide. Ride with your boy, now slip and slide. Pause, step up, ice cream and cake. Abracadabra, denn dieser Kuchen war geradezu bombastisch. Und die Nachfrage danach erstarkte drastisch. Barbara eröffnete noch im selben Jahr eine Bar und nannte sie Barbaras Rhabarberbar.
Just count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What does the fox say? Oh, we gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Keep rocking, keep rocking. Now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself. Slide to the left, slide to the right, slide to the left, slide to the right.
I'm sorry.
Hello, it's me.
Butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Way, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. And Harper to center, way back, way back. See you later. Word to your mother. Yo, man, let's get out of here.
Let's play the Florida Slapper game. When I say
Sorry, I can't play that one again. All right, Miss Carrie, I can still talk. I'll take questions. Were you able to see a lot of that?
Oh, we saw it all. I mean, I can't wait for you to read the chat later because we were all dancing along with you.
Oh, good, good. Oh, that's awesome. We got good people then. That's awesome.
I mean, how can you not dance to that mix? It's
I
so,
know.
so fun.
Well, that was my last one this year. So I
What?
have to come up with a new. No, I'm not retiring. My wife won't let me. She's 5 years
It's
younger
like
than me.
big
So
news here.
yeah. No, I actually every year I do a new one. What's funny is I can never take out ice cream and cake or peanut butter and jelly because people rebel
Yeah.
when I go to events and they go, I did it in Chicago like 10 years ago, didn't put in peanut butter and jelly, and I just got all kinds of flack the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's it. And then we'll get a picture of those rings, kind of a demo.
Yeah.
Like you
And
said earlier.
Randy, didn't you go viral on TikTok just the other day?
Yeah, the other day I did. It was doing one of those dances somewhere. Well, it was at, I don't know if it was in
Columbia.
It was in Columbia at a compulsory state meet. So that's what I
Yeah.
do. And what I love about doing that is I dance, the kids come in, the ones that didn't get a medal or the ones that didn't get in the top 10 or they didn't get first place and they're kind of down. Well, after we dance, they kind of forget about it. And the parents are in a better mood. So when I do awards, everybody's a little happier than if you just come in and start awards and it's quiet and you tell them to go do all the vendors and you're giving them all these instructions on what they're supposed to buy. Well, I don't have to do that. I just make them happy and then we do great awards. So
Okay, so Randy, we do have a couple of questions if
okay,
you have time.
I do.
Awesome. So the first question from Shanna is, are you for hire because your energy is amazing?
Yeah, I've done 15 weekends in a row. You guys got to believe I've been in Michigan. I've been in St. Louis. Where else have I been? Long Island, New York, Baton Rouge.
You get around. And
I go,
where are you presenting this year?
I am presenting at Region 4 in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and at National this year.
Great.
So
Awesome.
I'm doing those two. Yeah.
If you're
I used to do a
headed
lot more, but I'm just really busy. I still coach Monday through Thursday, 3 to 8, preschool, ninja, tumbling and trampoline, whatever. Like yesterday, I was a sub for 4 and 5-year-olds because someone was sick. I just do whatever my wife tells me,
to-
okay? Basically. So
So
I
we
am
have,
for hire, but I'm not cheap though either.
yeah. Another question we had towards the top. How long have you had your air floor and is it durable?
This one right here, I think we've been here 14 years, and I think we've had this is our second one in 14 years. So far it's been real good. I mean, because I'm looking at mats that go in a couple of years. I mean, we replace bar rails every year. I mean, we do have high level gymnasts. We actually have a girl that competes for Kentucky. I got to see her at the SEC championships.
Nice.
She named the team and helped her team from Kentucky. And so she came through this program. And also we've got several. We got one in the Air Force right now. We've had there's a lot of them that went all over the country. So it's been really fun. Valerie's done a fantastic job with our team. So
Nice.
she's a great resource as well.
Okay. Another camp question. How do you safely manage kids who want to sit out of an activity because they don't like it?
Well, okay, that's a great question, by the way. Okay. First of all, I would do this. First of all, I make it so fun that they can't help it. Okay. Now, and I've had this happen a lot. Let's say I'm doing an activity and the chronic one always sits out, but I know they love their parachute. You remember my 3 cones? I had the green, yellow. So if you sit yourself out, then I give you permission to come back in. See? And then what I do is I go out and I'm doing parachute. I change the activity, even though it's not my lesson plan. We're having fun and they're going, and this was in school, and they go, Mr. Parrish, forgive me. Can I come back in? I go, well, only when I give you permission. And I get done and I say, okay, you can come back in now. And it's over. And you only burn them once. You only do that a couple times. And that's what I do. Okay. Now, you do have to realize that kids do get tired. They don't go over and get a Starbucks on the sidelines like we do. What do? We drive through Starbucks, come here, energy drink, and we keep going. Kids, when they're tired, they'll sit down. And if they're literally tired, let them rest. So you got to know the difference. There is a big difference there. Okay. Some are bored. Some might have stuff going on at home. Okay. So you don't know their situation. And if you do have that chronic person, then the best thing I find is that they go to the water fountain or you're in the snack room, spend some time with them, get to know them, find out their, like what's their favorite things, what's their movies, what do you like to watch and listen to? I love this, I love this. You find out what they like. You got to get a rapport. Relationship will help you help that child. Okay. Because some of them are here and they're thinking, oh, and sometimes it happens towards the end and they don't want to go back home. All right. So you got to remember that too. They're just, parents might be yelling, screaming. It might not be the greatest family situation. So, and we've had all kinds and we've really had a lot of successes and it takes a while. I mean, I'm talking, it takes some of them all summer.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but I always ask them, are you okay? I'm always concerned about their safety. Then I ask, is there anything I can do for you? And if I don't want to talk about it or don't, then just let them be. They'll be fine. But if it's the ornery one that I know just wants to do it. Now, sometimes the boys don't want to do the hula hoops or the boys don't want to do something else. And I kind of get the feeling, they don't want to dance with me. That's fine. No one in high school wanted to dance with me either. So I'm used to it. I hope I helped a little with that one.
Good. Next question from Anne. When do you usually see camp registration fill up?
Oh, we're full. We're already full. Yeah,
my
we're
God.
full. Well, now you got to realize Charleston is a summer camp mecca because they put out a big low country parent magazine. And it's literally, we call it the low country because South Carolina's got the beach, low water, or, we're sea level. Then you got the mid, and then you got the upper where the mountains start. So you have the three, they call it the upstate. So Low Country Magazine, they put out a camp guide and literally horseback riding, archery, the trampoline parks, golf. I mean, they're huge here. Now, I'm from Quincy, Illinois. Camps were not a big deal because our park districts did such a great job of offering really good, low price camps that I couldn't compete with them. So what I did is I provided those camps space and rented to them and ran their special events. So that's how I made money in Illinois. I had to go the opposite. I didn't host the camp. I'm the one who provided the activity. Like we have a lot of field trips now coming up in April and May with schools. Like some of them do this instead of a field day.
Right.
Yeah. And then I do the same thing. I do the dance and then we set up the obstacle courses. We do game. We do the dance, a different dance. And then they might have a snack or something or drink and then they bus them back out. Yeah.
Okay. Some clarification for crafts. You do 5 different crafts
with a movie
each
theme.
week.
Yeah. So week 1 is a movie theme and all 5 are based on those, that theme. So there's 5 different crafts. Yeah. And they're real, some of them are really basic and they go really fast. I do recommend having coloring sheets and other activities, games available. Sometimes they're more like it's a 2-day thing where they have to set it up and dry. And then it kind of depends on the craft. That's why I said the people that are developing the crafts and the people who are going to actually put them through the craft session need to really spend some time knowing what to do. Because sometimes they get kind of frustrated because they don't really know what's going on. Yeah. So,
let's see. So maybe there are lots of questions, and we can certainly respond to some questions in the follow-up email because we've got a couple, but we'll a couple of extras. But we'll do 2 more. How do you get your staff as hype as you are?
Oh, everybody asks me that. Chris is smiling at me right now. She's thinking there's no one else in the world like me. No, just kidding. I'm a legend in my own mind. I don't know. I mean, they hang around with me enough. I mean, I do have staff that do it, but it's training a personality. So if you have birthday party staff or special event staff or your camp staff, if you've got someone who has the great personality and bubbly, then you can teach them the rest, okay? Especially for camp, because you don't have to do high-level gymnastics instruction for us. Now, some camps are camp, gymnastics camps where you go and you train, for a team thing, like Flip Fest was a training camp. Your college camps are okay. Those are totally different than what we are running. We're running a service for our parents who still work all summer, and there's no, they're not in school. So we don't have year-round school here. But I try. My wife says I don't do a very good job of it because I train everybody else's staff. But then, when it comes to ours, I just assume they know what to do because I do it. But
Right.
I do it by example, but I need to actually spend a little more time, even with our own staff. And I think it's repetition too. But they got to feel comfortable doing what I do. I feel very comfortable doing what I do.
Yeah. And again, the last question, although we do have others that we'll get to in the email. How do you shift your programming, your regular programming during the summer to accommodate summer camps?
Okay. Well, like I said, all of our teams that work out at night, a lot of them go to daytime. So like I said, when we have open supervised gym, they might only get the vault runway. So our while they're not at vault for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
See, so we have to literally plan every section of the gym. That's pretty much, Krista, come over here. Let's just show one thing real quick that
Mm-hmm.
we do every day. And right here is our team schedule. So literally everything, every day in every class has a slot of where they need to be. Okay. So that's kind of what you're going to have to do at summer camp. We get a spreadsheet and we see, oh, they're on vault between here and here. Oh, they're not on vault between here and here. So we get the vault runway. We tend to not have many classes during a day in the summer because of summer camp. It's so big. It kind of replaces a lot of classes because it is very profitable to have 30 kids at $350. That's, instead of, 90 kids at $90. I mean, that's a whole rec program, right? So we always tend to have the rec areas. But we do have to eke out of some pit time, or we eke out, even if there's no one on the competitive bars, we can use all the low bars and do a instructional class over there. So, and we do have, we have bars for rec, bars for preschool, and bars for teams. So for us, we got it pretty nice.
Based on the facility size, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're 16,000 square feet. We're 80 by 200, and we're 40 feet of lobby, I think. And I was going to make it 30, but man, our lobbies are packed. I'm glad I didn't go to 30. It would have been ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, Randy, I cannot thank you enough. We were so excited to have you here and plan out. I feel like we got a full picture of your summer camp there in
Good.
at GSC.
That was the main thing. And please email me at my GAC gym. They'll have that email with questions, and then I'll go through here and try to answer these with you, Carrie. And
we can.
Thanks to Tumbl Trak. And then we've got to do our, we got virtual events coming up, right? And we also have the giveaway.
Yep, we sure do. So this is the first of our 2025 series. As I mentioned, we do have a lineup coming up in the rest of the year. You can go to tumbletrak.com/events as these registration pages start opening up. Leah Parent will be doing a conditioning live event. We have Brett Wargo, who will do uneven bar progressions. Sarah Fennell Cooper is scheduled to do a preschool event. Excited about that. And Jeffrey Neely is doing a presentation all about the air barrel.
Cool.
So stay tuned
awesome.
for those. Yeah.
This is great.
And then you can always visit us in person. Randy, as you said, as we heard, is going to be at 4 and National Congress, right? Tumbl Trak is at various events during the year, and that is when you get the best deals. So get your wish lists ready. We get to see some new products live. We'll be revealing our 2025 new products coming up, and we always love seeing folks at trade shows. So ways to stay connected here listed here, and it is time for a giveaway. We're going to give out a gift certificate to one of our live attendees here. Randy, what I do is I do a random scroll through the chat over here on the right-hand side, and then I stop randomly and pick a number, Randy, 1 to 100.
Favorite number is 8.
Okay. So now I'm going to start random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sandra, are you still here? If
Come on,
Sandra's
Sandra.
still here,
Don't leave me like my date did at prom.
Sandra's here. Awesome. Sandra, leave your email right here in the chat and I'm going to send you a gift certificate, a Tumbl Trak gift certificate. Thanks for attending. And thanks to all of you for attending. If you have any questions about anything that you saw here, Randy's email is going to be at the end, but I wanted to take a moment to introduce you to our sales team. If you have any Tumbl Trak related questions, again, thank you. The legend, the original fun master. Always a
Well,
pleasure.
thank you. I had fun. I think I lost a couple pounds.
Nice.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for attending. I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
Gary.
we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.